All right, so let's jump into the seduction of Helen, another iconic moment from Greek mythology. So, looking at the sources, the ancient sources, there's some variety in the way that this event is portrayed. Sometimes she is portrayed as being more seduced by Paris and Aphrodite. Of course, Aphrodite, I think, has a huge influence in these two coming together, obviously. But then, there's other sources that are kind of more like showing Paris as the abductor. So there's a lot of gray area about like how much free will uh, Helen has here. So, anyways, this was a tough image because I think I was trying to put a lot of plot, development into this one image. So in the bottom right, we have Paris sort of offering a cup, or maybe doing a cheers with Helen, and then Aphrodite's floating above, kind of almost enchanting or bewitching Helen. And then to the left, we're going to have Menelaus, and then Aeneas, who came with Paris, who is the son of Aphrodite. And then we have the Dioscuri, Castor and Pollux, the twin brothers of Helen, and they're all kind of partying and watching some performers in this banquet hall. So, this scene is a little bit more symbolic of what happens, and then behind Paris on the back right, we have like the ship and the water. So it's kind of like hinting at what's about to happen, and without it necessarily happening within this image. So, as I make these images, I'm exploring ways to visualize the content and sort of, summarizing or truncating some of the story content into one image. And, every image is different. Sometimes I'm, throwing a bunch of stuff in there to symbolize, and then other times it might be more of a straightforward scene directly from the story. So yeah, I'm just sort of getting my bearings. And then this in the foreground in the middle is actually, and I wanted to include this, the handmaiden of Helen in the gray, the blue gray here in the lower middle of the image is the mother of Theseus, which I find to be really, really fascinating. And I never knew that and never heard much about that. So that's something I want to emphasize as I move forward with these images, is having her in the images and kind of showing her voice and her presence. Very, very fascinating the way that all of these myths intertwine with the interwoven threads of characters showing up. So yeah, really, really fun image. I think the composition turned out pretty good. It's asymmetrical, which I always like. And yeah, I hope you like it. Lots more to come.